My name is Arajan Obizoba, aka Gajani. Welcome to Tori Naija. To our existing subscriber, I will say thank you. And to the visitors, if this is your first time of being on Tori Naija, I will say welcome and I hope you hit the subscribe button. All you just have to do is stay tuned and don't go nowhere. You're going to actually learn a lot from this episode, same way you've always learned from other episodes, and you're going to learn from subsequent episodes. So stay tuned and don't miss any part of it. After the last episode I did on business name, I had several persons come to engage me on asking the question that I want to register a business name, but I don't know what to do. I don't have the money now. Is there anything that can happen for me to actually protect my business name or keep that name for now until when I want to? The thing about business name is that there are several procedures and there are several timelines for it. The first procedure is availability and name search. Now this is the search that the name you want to use is actually still existing as someone is not using it. Most times what happens is the fact that, okay, I want to use OKK and Sons, or let's say, let me use something. Let me use my name is John. I want to use John Footwears, John Footwear, or Johnny Footwear Ventures. Now, the thing is, I do not know that someone else who is behind John also has gone to use the same name for the same business. Now, I'm saying, okay, it is me. I'm using the name. I'm using it as my own name, not knowing that it has been duly registered. Now, the availability and name search will help you to find out whether that name has been registered or is taken. And if it's not taken, you keep it. You just like protect it. One thing is, when you do availability and name search, sometimes the name you want to use, the Corporate Affairs Commission may not even accept it. Yes, there are times, for example, you want to use Johnny Fine Footwears Ventures. Now, one thing about CAC availability and name search is that you have to like supply the name you want to use, the most preferred name, and an alternative name in case. Now, I've supplied Johnny Footwear Ventures, Johnny Fine Footwear Ventures as the major name I want to use. Now, CAC will ask me for an alternative name. I'll use, okay, Johnny the Man Fine Footwear Ventures. Now, you will find out that the one I want to use, the most preferred I want to actually use, is Johnny Fine Footwear Ventures. CAC may not take that one. CAC may not even accept it. CAC may reject that one. When you do name search and availability, name and availability search, it enables the CAC tell you which name is actually available. This name you're going for, okay, no, someone is using it. Sometimes when you do name search, they reject the reservation of name. When they reject it, you know that, oh, this person, they'll give you the reason. This name is already existing. You see it's already existing. So now the very first stage is the name search and availability of name. Then after that, once the name you want to use is available, you do they reserve it. The procedure comes together: name search, availability / reservation of name. It's to enable you search and see if this name is available. If it's available, I'm saying reserve it for me. That's why you pay the fee for it. Now, the thing is, if you do not have the money now for the registration of name itself, there may be a short-term remedy that may help you actually keep your name. If CAC is going to give you and reserve that name for you, it may enable you protect that name until when you have the money. But it's for a very short time, a very short time. Now, what you may do is engage the service of a legal practitioner, engage the service of a lawyer to actually help you search and reserve the name. Now, when you do the search and reserve, like I told you, the search tells you this name is existing. Now, I've searched and I see that Johnny Fine Footwears Nigeria Limited, Johnny Fine Footwears Ventures is available. I reserve it. The process, like I told you, the process for name search and reservation is it's together, because now you're doing it online, you're doing it on portal, so it makes it seamless. You do it together, you pay, you reserve the name. The moment the name is reserved, the name lasts for 60 days. 60 days. So you see, once you've engaged a lawyer to help you reserve the name first, you do not have that 50k or 45k, depending on how much the lawyer is charging you, or 60k to reserve the name, depending on who is charging you. See, it varies from one lawyer to another. The lawyer that will actually reserve that will do the name registration for you can charge you 50, and that one may come and charge you 60. Don't say okay, is charging me 50, why are you charging me this? Every lawyer and his own different charge, every lawyer and his own way of doing business. So do not go and tell this lawyer that this person is charging me this, so you must charge me this. No. The same way, if you're selling shoes and you're selling 2,400 and that person is selling 4,000, it does not matter. The customer has the liberty to choose where I want to buy. It's all about the guarantee, the kind of services that are being rendered, and the courtesy involved in the delivery of that service. So basically, you can get a lawyer to help you reserve the name. you're going to pay for it. It's not free. You pay to CAC and you also pay the lawyer for actually that service. It's actually a professional service being rendered. So you have 60 days to actually look for the funds to actually register the name. You have 60 days. Within 60 days, you can be, even if you do not have the money, you have 60 days. That name will be available, reserved for you for 60 days. You have 60 days to go around to search for money. You can even be able to borrow from friends, a short-term loan from friends to make that name reserve. Then you start paying little by little. But if even if you don't have the money now, you can actually engage a lawyer to help you reserve the name. The name will be available for you for 60 days, and within 60 days here, you can be able to what search or go around for funds. But one thing you must know that you're supposed to register a name within 28 days of carrying on business with a particular name, except maybe the name is your actual name. So if you're using your original name for the business, you may not need to register it in, yes. But once you're adding anything, like now you're using Johnny Fine Footwears, that is not your name, that is not your original name. The same thing goes for partnership, the same thing goes for sole proprietorship. If you're using a name, if it's your real name or just the partner's original name, for example, son names only, that can go, that can fly. But once you add anything extraneous, you must register it. But you must be conscious that you must register your business within 28. If your name is, if the name you're using for the business is such that should be registered, a registrable name, like a name that's artificial, you add other extraneous things, not the original name of the owner or the partners to it. That is what we call registrable names. Names that are names other than the phone or the surname of the owners or the partners of the business. You must register that name within 28 days of carrying on business. Within 28 days of carrying on business, you must register that name. It's actually very important. Within 28 days of carrying on business, you have to register that name. If not, you'll be liable to pay certain penalties and defaults for actually carrying on business with a registrable name and not registering with the time frame given for you to register it. So you don't have to feel sad or cry that or be so sad or upset that yes you want to register your business name but you don't have the money now. If you know you have the opportunity of being able to raise it within a span of you can actually get the name reserved now. Start running around to get the money. Start putting yourself together. Yes, why wait till that time before you start raising it? It's a very good step. At least within 2 months, you keep it 2 months. At least within 2 months, you'll be able to get small money. Yes, you use actually to put together and actually raise your business. So this is what you should know. For those persons that have been asking, is there anything I can do? Yes, you can reserve the name for 60 days, even when you do not have the money, and the name will be secure for you. After 60 days, it will be open for someone else who wants to use the same name to use it. So it may not be so conclusive, the best option for you, but it's better than nothing actually. So for those asking, within 60 days you should be able to register. And yeah, some persons have been asking me, um, under what will you register a church or an NGO? Whether you should register it as a, will you register it as a business name or a company? Basically, one thing that what we could refer to as incorporated trustees. Incorporated trustees are basically it's they are organizations, or should I say bodies that are referred to as non-profit oriented establishments. They are for the promotion of maybe education, advancement of sports, advancement of religion, but not to make profit. Another thing that looks like that but more advanced is the company limited by guarantee. These are non-profit oriented entities. The company limited by guarantee and incorporated trustees. So you can register your church either as a incorporated trustee or a company limited by guarantee, depending on which one you wish to go to. But most churches, you register church as incorporated trustees. Yes, preferably just register your church is registered as incorporated trustees because it is deemed that you're not opening the church for it's not a business per se. It's not a business here. You're opening the church basically for the promotion of the advancement of the gospel. The same thing applies to other religion oriented organization or agencies or platform. You register them as a corporate trustee because for the advancement of the religion. Even an NGO, it's a non-governmental organization. It is NGOs are not profit oriented. So you register non-profit oriented organizations as either incorporated trustees or the company limited by guarantee. But preferably the incorporated trustees because the procedure for company limited by guarantee is more cumbersome and the requirements are more cumbersome than that of the incorporated trustee. So honestly, I would advise you for you to register your church or NGO, you register as an incorporated trustee and engage the service of a lawyer to do that for you. I'm sure you must have actually figured out and learned out some things that will be very useful for you. Brief a lawyer properly. He will advise you whether it's a business name you should do, a company, or a completely trusted, depending on what you want to do. All you just have to do is talk to a professional, who guide you properly, and it will tell you how to do it. Help you even when you don't have the money to start your business name or register your business name. You can have it reserved for you, but for 60 days. It's short, but it gives you enough time, at least a little time, to try to raise money. So that's it on this particular episode. I hope you be able to understand what you can do even when you do not have the money right now to register your business name. You can have it reserved by a professional. Get a lawyer to reserve a name for you, pay the necessary dues, reserve, run around to get your funds, and within 60 days you'll be able to come up with the registration of the business name. Even if you need to actually take small loans from friends, you should be able to actually. So that's it on this episode. My name is John Obizo by AKL Gajani. Till we get to see your next episode, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, and stay good.